It all started with a whisper on a late-night forum, a place I shouldn't have been. The glow of my laptop cast eerie shadows, like bony fingers reaching for me. The forum spoke of the dark web, a hidden corner of the internet where secrets lived. They said you could find anything there. So, with my heart pounding, I did something reckless. I typed my parents' names into the search bar. David and Sarah Miller, just two ordinary names. I expected nothing. Maybe an old address, a forgotten profile. But a single link appeared, glowing sickly green. No title, just a string of random letters and numbers. It looked dangerous, but curiosity pulled me in. I hovered over the link, torn between fear and the need to know. The house was silent. My parents were asleep downstairs, or so I thought. What secrets could they possibly have? The green link pulsed, daring me. With a shaky breath, I clicked. The screen went black, my reflection staring back. Wide-eyed, foolish Kabir. Then a stark white page loaded. In the center, a single folder icon labeled Subject. Below it, a long identification number ending with my birthday. My blood ran cold. This wasn't just about my parents anymore. This was about me. The whisper from the forum had become a scream. I realized, in that moment, my life was about to change forever. I reached for the mouse, heart racing. The shadows in my room seemed to close in. I clicked again, unable to stop myself. My name is Kabir. I always thought I was a normal teenager. Video games, pizza, friends. But I had a secret. I was obsessed with the hidden parts of the internet. I loved digital mysteries, old forums, secret codes. My friends thought I was just a tech geek. My parents encouraged my interest, but only the safe parts. Dad taught me to build computers. Mom brought home coding books. They thought I was learning to make websites, not sneaking into forbidden places. The thrill was irresistible. The internet was a puzzle I had to solve. I wasn't a bad kid. Good grades, chores, no real trouble. But at night, I became a digital explorer, wandering the dark web. Searching my parents' names started as a joke, a way to prove the scary stories were just stories. I never imagined I'd find anything. But that click shattered my world. My normal life ended in an instant. I was no longer just a curious kid. I was at the center of a nightmare. The truth was out there, and I had just opened the door. There was no going back. The folder sat on the screen, mocking me. Subject. My birthday. My heart hammered. Was this a prank? A virus? But my security software was silent. The site was professional, terrifyingly so. I double-clicked. 3 subfolders appeared. Surveillance, medicals, footage. Surveillance, medicals, footage. Each word sent a chill down my spine. I started with surveillance, hoping for boring data. Instead, I found files named by date, going back years. I opened one, a transcript of a conversation I'd had with my best friend, word for word. Another file, a log of my movements from 5 years ago. Every detail of my life, documented. I was being watched, recorded, studied. The shadows in my room felt like eyes. I wasn't just a kid anymore. I was a subject. My life was a case study. I clicked out, hands shaking. The truth was worse than any ghost story. Someone had been watching me for as long as I could remember. I had to know more, even as dread grew inside me. I moved to the next folder, bracing myself. Whatever was in there, it was about me. I was no longer in control. The experiment had begun long before I ever clicked that link. And now, I was part of it. My hands trembled as I opened the medicals folder, the weight of what I'd found on the dark web still pressing on my chest. Dozens of files, none like normal medical records. Blood charts, brain scans, technical diagrams, terms like cognitive enhancement, cellular regeneration, neurological response. This was research, not medicine. A file from my infancy tracked cell growth, neural pathways, reactions, margin notes, accelerated learning, memory above baseline. I wasn't a child. I was a project. The worst file, genetic sequencing, DNA code, red highlights, non-human markers, lab-generated, not born, created. I wasn't David and Sarah's son. I was their experiment. Every checkup, every test, just data collection. I was never a patient. I was a specimen. The truth hit me. I was made, not born. My parents were scientists, not family. I was a project, not a son. My room felt like a cage. I was trapped in an experiment I never chose. But as the shock faded, something else took its place. A burning need for answers. I searched deeper, following digital trails through encrypted forums and hidden chat rooms. I found others. People with stories like mine, scattered across the world, all searching for the truth behind their origins. The more I learned, the more I realized. I wasn't alone. There was a network, a secret project spanning decades hidden in plain sight. My parents, my creators, had left clues, and now I was determined to uncover everything. The experiment wasn't over. It was just beginning. My hand shook as I opened the last folder. Footage. Dozens of video files, each stamped with a date. I clicked one. Our living room last year. There I was on the couch. Dad reading. Mom entered. She stood in the doorway, face blank, just watching. She brushed my hair, then studied her fingers in the light. No affection, just cold observation. Another video. Me, age 6, asleep. A camera watched from the corner. Mom entered, holding a metallic device. She pressed it to my temple. A green light blinked. She checked it, then left. Not a mother, just a technician running tests. Every loving moment was just data collection. I wasn't their son, I was their subject. My life was an experiment. The truth was clear. Watched, measured, tested. My world shattered with every frame, alone, surrounded by lies. The folder closed. But the nightmare was just beginning. Panic hit, containment protocols. My life was their experiment. Mom and Dad watching, waiting. I had to run. Laptop slammed shut, heart racing. Nothing here was mine. Shoes on, breath shaky, every sound, danger. The hallway silent, parents' room quiet. At the back door, a creak upstairs. Heart leaped. I bolted. Out into the night. Cold air, reality hit. I ran from the lies, alone, hunted, free. Freedom felt like fear. No plan, just run. I couldn't stop. The experiment was loose. If this story gripped you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us bring more chilling stories to life. Stay safe out there.